Arsenal could make 3 key changes versus Leeds as Arteta considers big calls on Rice and Martinelli. After grinding out a narrow but vital win at Old Trafford, Arsenal head into their second Premier League match of the season looking to build momentum, and Mikel Arteta may already be considering bold changes to his starting 11. Despite securing all 3 points against Manchester United, it was far from a perfect performance. A scrappy match was ultimately decided by a headed goal from Ricardo Calafiori, and while the result was encouraging, the display left room for improvement. Now, with a home clash against Leeds United, a newly promoted side and early relegation contender, Arteta has a real opportunity to tweak his squad. With a deep and versatile roster, rotation isn't just an option, it's quickly becoming a necessity. Arteta's next-level approach. Speaking before the United game, Arteta made it clear, not every talented player will get minutes every week. And that's part of the new reality at Arsenal. We're going to play with 11 players. Some will be on the bench, others won't even be in the squad, and some will be in the stands, he said. That's the level. That's the next step for us. And we've probably never been here before. With depth in nearly every position, sometimes 3 or 4 options per role, competition is fierce. Arteta emphasized that earning a spot is no longer guaranteed, and cooperation among teammates will be key to maintaining morale and performance across a long, demanding season. As fixtures begin to pile up and midweek matches become routine, we'll likely see the rotation policy come into full effect. That could start as early as this weekend. 3 possible changes against Leeds. 1. Gabriel Martinelli out, Noni Madueke in. Martinelli struggled to impose himself on the left wing at Old Trafford. While his energy is never in question, he lacked end product and was often isolated. Enter Noni Madueke. A more natural left-footer, Madueke offers a different dynamic, cutting inside and delivering crosses from wider positions, something that could better serve Victor Gyökeres, who is still searching for his first official goal in Arsenal colours. His inclusion could stretch the Leeds backline and add variety to the attack. 2. Ben White rested. Jurrien Timber returns. Ben White appeared to pick up a knock late in the United game and was seen receiving treatment. With no reason to take unnecessary risks, Jurrien Timber could come in at right back. Timber, fully fit again, provides solid defensive coverage and composure in possession, ideal qualities against a team expected to sit deep and play on the break. 3. Declan Rice benched. Kai Havertz steps in. Perhaps the boldest change, Declan Rice is tipped to be rested after a subdued performance in the opener. While Rice's quality is undisputed, Martin Zubimendi impressed massively at Old Trafford, showing tenacity and tactical discipline, especially in transition. To unlock a deeper defensive block like Leeds, Kai Havertz could join the midfield alongside Zubimendi and Martin Odegaard, bringing more offensive flair and unpredictability in the final third. It's a strategic shift, sacrificing some defensive stability for more attacking creativity, that could pay dividends at the Emirates. Predicted Arsenal 11 versus Leeds United. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres, Madueke. With depth finally on his side, Mikel Arteta has more tools than ever to manage his squad smartly, and with Leeds presenting a very different kind of challenge than United, this could be the perfect moment to experiment. Expect Arsenal to come out sharp, fresh, and with a few surprises in the lineup. Tactical tweaks or long-term shifts. While some may view these changes as simple rotation, there's a growing sense that Arteta could be laying the foundation for a more fluid and unpredictable Arsenal, a team no longer reliant on the same core 11 week after week, but one that adjusts tactically based on the opponent. By giving opportunities to players like Madueke, Timber, and Havertz in these early fixtures, Arteta is not only managing minutes but also testing chemistry, combinations, and match-specific strategies that could prove vital later in the season, especially when Arsenal return to Champions League action. Depth and flexibility. Arsenal's new weapon. One of the Gunners' biggest weaknesses in previous seasons has been squad depth. When injuries hit or form dipped, options were limited. Now, that's no longer the case. Noni Madueke adds pace and width on either flank. Kai Havertz, while divisive, offers positional versatility and an aerial threat from midfield. Jurrien Timber, capable of playing across the back line, gives Arteta added insurance and ball-playing composure. These aren't just backups, they're starting-caliber players ready to step in without a drop in quality. That flexibility could be what sets Arsenal apart in a fiercely competitive title race. The Rice decision, a statement, not a snub. Resting Declan Rice may raise eyebrows, especially considering his club record price tag and leadership qualities. But it's not a demotion, it's a strategic choice. With Rice still adapting to the system and likely being preserved for bigger tests ahead, giving Zubimendi another opportunity allows the team to explore midfield balance and rhythm in a low-risk setting. Meanwhile, Havertz's inclusion signals intent. Arsenal won't just grind results, they want to dominate possession and dictate play. Reactions among fans and media. News of potential changes has already begun generating buzz among supporters and pundits. On social media, fans are split. Some praise Arteta's bravery in making early season adjustments, seeing it as a sign of maturity and long-term vision. Others are cautious, warning that too much experimentation could disrupt rhythm, especially with title rivals like Manchester City and Liverpool starting strong. However, most agree, Arsenal now have the luxury to rotate without panic, something that hasn't been true for many years. Leeds United, a different kind of challenge. While Arsenal dominated large spells against Manchester United despite the tight scoreline, Leeds United under Daniel Farke present a more compact counter-attacking threat. They're expected to sit deep, stay disciplined, and hit on the break, exactly the kind of setup that can frustrate possession-heavy teams. That makes the inclusion of technical, incisive players like Havertz and Madueke even more important. Breaking down a low block requires creativity, quick passing, and unpredictability, qualities Arsenal have in abundance if they get the balance right. What this means for Arsenal's season ahead. This weekend's match isn't just about 3 points, it's about evolving into a title-winning team. These adjustments, if successful, will reinforce trust in Arteta's rotational policy, boost confidence in squad players, send a message to rivals that Arsenal aren't just deep, they're dynamic. If the Gunners can make these bold changes and still deliver a convincing performance, it will serve as an early warning shot to the rest of the Premier League. Arsenal are no longer chasing, they're ready to lead. Gary Neville's 3-year curse the Arsenal must finally break, as Arteta's title plan comes into focus. For the 3rd season in a row, Gary Neville has tipped Arsenal to win the Premier League, and for the 3rd year in a row, fans are holding their breath, hoping this is the year the so-called curse ends. The Manchester United legend has consistently backed Mikel Arteta's side to lift the title since 2023. But so far, each endorsement has ended in disappointment for the Gunners. Now in 2025, with one of the strongest squads in Europe and a clear vision in place, Arsenal have the chance to prove Neville right, finally. The curse that won't go away. It all started in 2023, when Neville believed Manchester City would struggle to maintain their relentless form after an exhausting treble-winning campaign. With a packed schedule that included the Super Cup and Club World Cup, and a lack of true squad depth, he felt City were vulnerable. "I'm betting on 3 things," Neville told Sky Sports. A bit of a dip after the treble, fatigue from all the extra competitions, and if Haaland gets injured, which happened frequently at Dortmund, that could open the door for Arsenal. Despite the logic, City once again powered through and stole the title in the final stretch, dashing Arsenal's hopes after months of leading the table. In 2024, undeterred by his previous miss, Neville doubled down. He insisted Arsenal's trajectory showed they were getting closer, and that the title was only a matter of time. However, the season unraveled due to an unforgiving string of 27 injuries, robbing Arteta of key players and momentum before a serious title challenge could even take shape. "They had an incredible season," Neville said at the time. "I wasn't far off. They're closing the gap, and I truly believe they'll do it. Arsenal are so consistent, this could be their year." 2025, one more shot, and one more prediction. Ahead of the new season, Neville has once again thrown his weight behind Arsenal, but this time, he's not alone. The Premier League's elite, Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool, are all seen as legitimate contenders. Neville believes the difference maker will be how each club handled their summer recruitment. For Arsenal, the early signs are promising. Martin Zubimendi impressed in the season opener at Old Trafford, offering composure and bite in midfield. But Neville thinks the key to unlocking Arsenal's next level won't be in midfield, it'll be up front. "I can't split City, Arsenal, or Liverpool," he admitted. "They all have an equal shot this season. Arsenal have been rock solid the past 3 years, finishing second, they're knocking on the door. They just need to fix the attack. And I think Victor Gyökeres is going to do that." Can Arsenal finally deliver? There's no denying it, Arsenal are built to win now. The experience of recent near misses, the depth of the squad, the tactical evolution under Arteta, it's all there. But this season isn't just about proving the doubters wrong. Ironically, it's about finally proving Gary Neville right. Maybe it's time to stop calling it a curse, and start calling it foreshadowing. Because if the Gunners do lift the trophy this year, it won't just be the end of a long wait. It'll be the moment they prove they're no longer a team with potential, they're a team that delivers when it matters most. And for once, Gary Neville might just be the happiest I told you so in North London. Gary Neville's 3-year curse Arsenal are determined to break, as Arteta's vision becomes clearer than ever. For the 3rd season in a row, Gary Neville has predicted that Arsenal will win the Premier League. And for the 3rd time, fans are nervously hoping this isn't another jinx in disguise. In both 2023 and 2024, Neville backed Mikel Arteta's side to go all the way, only for Arsenal to fall short in heartbreaking fashion. Yet in 2025, as the club enters the season with one of the most complete squads in Europe and a clear sense of identity, there's a feeling that this time might actually be different. Breaking the pattern. In 2023, Neville's prediction came with reasoning. Manchester City, having just completed a treble, looked set for fatigue. He pointed to a crowded fixture list and the over-reliance on Erling Haaland as reasons why Arsenal could overtake them. But despite leading the table for most of the season, Arsenal couldn't hold on. City once again finished strong, leaving the Gunners in 2nd place. In 2024, the belief in Arsenal was still there. Neville argued that the experience gained would help them go one better. Unfortunately, injuries derailed the campaign before it truly got going, with over 24 players missing time throughout the season. Even so, Arsenal still managed a highly competitive run, showing that the foundations were strong. A stronger, smarter Arsenal. Now, heading into the 2025-26 season, things look different. Arsenal have added serious firepower in the form of Victor Gyökeres, a striker with a proven record and physical presence. He's joined by Martin Zubimendi, whose composure and intelligence in midfield have already made an impact. The team is deeper, more balanced, and more prepared for the demands of a full season. While Gyökeres had a quiet debut, his movement and willingness to press already hint at what he can bring. Fans and coaches alike know it's only a matter of time before he finds his rhythm and begins delivering in front of goal. Arteta's tactical evolution. Arteta, now deep into his project, has turned Arsenal into a well-drilled, tactically versatile side. His ability to rotate players without disrupting the team structure will be key, especially with a packed schedule ahead. The addition of players like Jurrien Timber and the continued development of young stars offer flexibility and depth that past seasons lacked. The squad is no longer just promising, it's experienced. They've lived through title races, near misses, and setbacks. Now, they know what it takes to go the distance. Neville's words, a blessing in disguise? Despite jokingly being referred to as a curse, Neville's continued belief in Arsenal speaks volumes. He's backed them year after year, not out of bias, but because he sees the consistency, the structure, and the progression. He's repeatedly said that Arsenal's time is coming. And maybe he's right. This isn't the same Arsenal from years past. This team has matured. It's been tested. It has leaders, finishers, creators, and depth. All the ingredients are there. Now it's just a matter of putting it all together, and turning potential into silverware.